We did it.
Welcome to Funny Dinner live
It is live.
from Louisville, Kentucky.
That's also true.
Live on the radio.
Yeah.
Here from WNAS.
Eric
New
and I are
Albany,
wearing
so we're
matching
not in
shirts.
Louisville.
Yeah.
We're in WNAS New Albany.
Louisville's #1 station
We
across
bribed
the
some
river.
high school kids to let us use the studio.
People don't know about that, man. But
We're like Mark Maron in the early days. We're sneaking into high schools
That would be
because
great.
they're not very secure these days.
Is that station still going strong?
Air America? Yeah,
No, not that
the
one.
#1 radio station in the world.
No, across the river, because we live in a border town.
Yeah,
That's why there's so much culture on our podcast.
yeah, because we're right on the border.
We get both the Kentucky
We're-
culture and the Indiana culture.
I like to call Louisville south of the border.
Yeah, Eric and I live in south of the border.
We live a little south of
But
the border.
hey, we can pick up the radio tower from north of the border.
North of the border, we get news. That's how we get
That's
all
how
our
we
news.
get to find out what's going on. And now there's a station across the river, which is high school kids.
Yeah.
We're learning how to do the radio.
Hi. This is WNAS New Albany, and this is Billy Joel.
And then it cuts to
Piano
not
Man.
Billy Joel
Yeah,
Piano
it
Man.
is not Billy Joel. It's System of a Down.
it's a loud System of a Down that is not censored.
No,
And after the first swear, it just cuts.
just cuts.
And then you've got dead air, and then
You
a
got dead
different
air,
DJ.
and then 2 songs start playing at once. They do that a lot.
Do it once.
They get a lot of 2 at once going.
Are you ever like, this sucks? And then they're like, that was girl talk.
That was Girl Talk, my favorite band. The mashup stuff is still really popular
Mashup.
with high school kids.
Well, at this point, someone could have, been a shitty early 2000s hipster, had a kid, and then been like raising them on
Raising
girl
them on
talk.
Girl Talk. Yeah, they could. That child could conceivably
Yeah.
be at WNA.
That child lives less than 10 miles from us.
Yeah, he sucks. Thank God. So you got a comedy club chain, and then you pull out a big chain from under your shirt that's all gold, bedazzled, and it says improv.
I was about to say, I bet Jamie Masada has a comedy club chain.
Laugh Factory.
Yeah. Just bedazzled Laugh Factory bling.
Everybody like bling.
Yeah.
I like a bling.
Everybody talks about chain restaurants. No, he talks about my restaurant chain. And then I pull up a diamond encrusted Arby's logo.
I'm telling you, I want a Sprite Chain.
That'd be cool.
I
I think that definitely exists.
Oh yeah.
And let's not further analyze why that's
Move on
true.
that. Or why?
Let's just say there's definitely a Sprite chain.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's more than one. That's been commissioned by a few rappers.
Let's say that is on the oh yeah chain, and then Dale Earnhardt Sr. He's on the I don't know.
Maybe not.
You might need to get that made.
That might be a commission.
Yeah.
I could probably call around and find a Sprite Chain.
Yeah. That'd be a fun prank call series. Not even a prank call
Not even
series.
prank call. I want one. That's
Just
not, I
like-
don't know why you put prank on there.
Just a human
I will
interest.
record calls. It won't be pranks.
Yeah, like now that Nathan For You has shown us that like you can interact with regular people and it doesn't have to be mean.
No.
It can just be interesting.
It can just be.
Could I pitch a
thing.
show to NPR where it's like, it's my friend calling a chain restaurant? Chain restaurant? Chain? Well, he accidentally calls chain
He
restaurant.
calls a few chilies on accident.
That's part of what's interesting.
Because it's a human. He makes a mistake.
Yeah. It's part of the reality of it.
The reality of trying to find that Sprite Chain.
Yeah.
You're going to call up a Long John Silver's eventually.
Yeah.
Be like, do you have a Sprite
Oh,
Chain?
I wasn't going to say specifically the Sprite chain, just different chains. Can I get an Avatar 2 chain? I like
it already.
I'm excited.
I saw the trailer. And
I want to embrace optimism.
I loved the first one.
Did you see the first Avatar?
No, I did not.
Really?
I watched part of it.
Because you were like 8 when that came out.
I don't think I was born yet. But I was probably
Eric's
conceived.
parents met at
I
Avatar.
was conceived during a Avatar screening. Because that movie's so horny. My parents just couldn't
Your
stop
mom and dad
fucking.
were like, let's act it out. And
Let's
the next...
link tails, baby.
Yeah.
No, I saw part of it on TV like a few months ago, and it looks like it sucks. It looks so bad.
James Cameron's just crying hearing you say that.
He watched it on TV on mute.
You watched part of it on TV.
On mute.
How big was the back of the TV?
It was a tube TV.
Oh my god. Was he the guy? Is it a James Cameron?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Jim.
Catherine Bigelow.
Jim.
Deuce Bigelow.
Deuce Bigelow, Catherine Bigelow's husband now. She took his name after she left James Cameron.
Aren't they dating? Dating. It's fun to think of. Like billionaires dating.
Yeah, don't they just meet and get married?
Yeah.
I feel like billionaires don't do the whole courting thing.
Would you like to go out on a date?
Sure. Where are we going? Who's buying?
Who's buying?
Let's go Dutch. Oh yeah, I'll go to Amsterdam with you.
It's like Elon Musk, and he's like, fuck, I left my wallet at home. And he's like, no, seriously, I have the money.
Seriously.
I have
Come
it.
on.
Come on.
Highest grossing movie.
I'm not doing that. I'm not being the whole, I left it at home.
Oh, I left it in my car. And then I go get in my car.
And then his
leave.
stocks crash. And
I
he's
should
like,
do that.
actually, I don't have money anymore.
Because I drove like a gentleman.
I'll probably get an Uber. I drove like
Mine's
a gentleman.
broken.
Just letting every car pass.
Going at 10 miles an hour. We're at a stop sign for an hour and a half.
Drove.
I'm a gentleman, and I want to prove it to you. She's like, please go. I'm so hungry.
There should be an option to link cars.
I think you're just describing Elon Musk's cyber pool.
Is that a thing he's trying to do? Link cars?
I think, well, isn't that what that tunnel is, basically?
Oh.
You just get
I
in
just mean more so like... like, hey, let's both go home.
and then you can just...
Hook your car up and then hop in my car.
You think every car should be a tow truck, is what you're saying?
Yeah. And like you go on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go on a date, you both, you know what I mean?
You don't want
I'll pick you up.
You don't want to, because who knows what happened. And maybe while you're both alone in your cars, maybe one of you is like, I don't know if I should be doing this.
And then you
know.
unlink, and then all of a sudden the front car is going way too fast because they have been going in a tow type.
Like they hit that Men in Black button.
Oh. Does that happen? I guess not. I guess
that's not how that works.
That's not how towing works.
No,
But,
no, it's not.
But it's fun to imagine my dad hooking the boat up wrong, and suddenly he's going, whoa!
Suddenly he's going 150 miles
Suddenly
an hour.
that van is going 95.
Your dad got a boat.
Oh yeah.
He
My dad
gets
gets money the way 13-year-old boys do. He mows lawns. He'll be like, "Oh, I painted a deck."
He's got a real Steve Harvey sense of
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I think he watched that Steve Harvey video.
I'm
That's
cutting hair. I'm babysitting.
No, my dad, he lives in Cleveland, Ohio, and then he drives 3 hours every week, one way, each way to Michigan. I guess I should have said 6 hours round trip.
Round trip. That's usually how people describe that kind of thing, but I get it. You're a little confused today.
And then he's like, I got to go to work. And then all he does is he's like, I mowed that guy's lawn.
Why does he need
did
to
some
drive
weed
3
whack.
hours to do that?
You sound like my mom.
What a buzzkill. You sound just like my stupid
No,
mom.
because he does it up in Michigan, and at the trailer.
Is there like an
it's like on a
inflation
lake.
rate that is making this
I don't know.
make more sense?
Well, it's everyone. It's all these like vacation type places.
Yeah.
And then I guess all those people are like, we don't want to know any locals. It's like someone from Arizona who's like, we have a summer place in Michigan for when it gets too hot.
Yeah.
And I do not like the people up there.
I hate all of them. But we met this one charming man who just
From
wouldn't
Ohio.
shut the fuck up about bull season. He's one of our neighbors, I think.
Yeah.
We met him swimming in the nude.
Candy That's like, you know what I mean?
Gets you high?
No,
They make those.
it's not that.
That's the thing these days.
Edibles. I feel like that'd be like if weed culture was where it is at now,
Yeah.
in the old days of punk, that would be someone's name.
Edibles.
Ed Diebles. he plays rhythm guitar and
For the fuck monkeys.
yeah, he plays in Spit.
Do not catch up with this guy in 20 years.
Ed Diebles.
He's got a weird phone.
Deep dive.
Deep cuts there.
You're listening to Deep Cuts Radio.
Have we ever talked about that guy on the show?
Oh yeah, that guy's no good.
Is he still in
Someone,
jail?
it's funny because people the other day were like talking about someone moved to town and they're like, "Well, what's the scene like?" And we're talking about like like if it's toxic or whatever.
Yeah. And
That's
you're
like what they're
oh,
asking.
Yeah.
No, it's one of those things where you're like, no, it's like it's like bitchy, but it's like not. We don't have like really bad people. And then I just remember, oh wait, there was a guy who got like he's in jail now because they found a bunch of child porn.
Because he dropped his child porn in the park.
He dropped it.
I mean, we shouldn't laugh.
He had Butterfingers with a felony. And
he's not around anymore.
yeah, but other than that guy, and this other comic who killed his girlfriend and like had her in his closet for like a month.
What?
But because of legal reasons, neither of them are in the scene.
I don't remember that guy.
So it's pretty much just people who don't book enough women. I'm just kidding. But, no, there's a guy. That was after your time. There's a comic. I don't even remember his name. I don't want to say the wrong name.
Yeah.
And then, because there was a moment where I thought it was this other comic's name.
Yeah.
And then I was like, he's on a poster. What the fuck? As a murderer. And someone was like, no, you're just racist. That's a different guy.
That's a different guy. Sorry.
You just confuse every open micer.
Yeah, it's easy to do that.
No, this guy like killed his girlfriend. And then people were like, hey, where'd that lady go? And he's like, I don't know. Then eventually someone's like, we should check his house.
This seems very Louisville. This is very Louisville investigation. Just a bunch of drunk cops like, I don't know, we'll get over her eventually. She's dead, who cares?
The suspect dropped his phone, which had a notes app open that
I killed it.
has had a to-do list
Kill
of hide
wife.
the body of girlfriend
Kill
I
wife,
killed.
shove in closet, get snacks.
Get sacked.
You're not going to be hungry after that.
Return library books. This just says mow lawn. Oh, I don't mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn.
We got a guy.
No, that's crazy. I didn't know about that one.
No, I do mow the lawn.
Dropping your child porn in the park.
That's the name of that guy's album.
Dropping your child porn in the park. That sounds like a... that sounds like a Love and Spoonful song.
That probably was. No, that guy was funny because I literally
I
did
don't
not.
think he was very funny.
I know he wasn't. I never met or saw him or anything.
Yeah.
In the like 6 years we overlapped in comedy.
Yeah.
And the several years we overlapped in our. No, but I never interacted with him, and then people are like, "Oh no, this comic," and then I was like, "Is he a comic?" They're like, "Well, he also did music," and it's like, why don't we just call him a musician
Is he
then?
a musician anymore either? No, not really, but like, I don't know. I think he's a dishwasher at the old spaghetti factory. But you don't want to call someone that.
Yeah. So it's neither of these things. It's like, then why do any of us need to know about this?
Well, just in the sense of the public, you got to follow the news.
Yeah, people are like, oh man, that guy who I've never done a show with ever.
Or met. I'm astounded that he's a child pornographer. It's like, well, you didn't know anything about him.
Yeah.
You could tell him. I'm honestly would have been just as surprised if you told me he knitted.
You're just in court going, wow, that guy's a murderer? Sounds like a random spectator. Whoa.
Jesus.
I didn't know anything about him.
I don't know. It's, wow. I'd heard that he was all right. Something.
That's why comedy's stupid, man. It's like you go down to town and you're like, man, this guy's cool. We met for 12 hours where he paid me money. Then we smoked weed. I went to sleep. We ate at a diner. And that's all. But you know what? He's my friend now.
He's a friend.
He's a friend. I vouched for him.
If anyone says anything bad about him, I'll just go, whoa.
He's been cool to me when I see him once a year for that same exact amount of time.
Didn't do the exact same things.
No, I know that guy real well.
But this time I got a patty melt at the diner.
Yeah, because I know my way around.
I know my way around a menu.
I've been to Tulsa. You know what I mean? Hey, if you're in Tulsa, you should look up my friend Jom Jomson. And then they're like, that guy murdered 12 kids.
Oh.
You're like, whoa.
Is the diner still open?
Yeah, maybe just go to that diner. See who has his couch now. Crash on it.
I can vouch for his couch, that diner, and the venue existing still.
Yeah.
I think.
Because I'll go to town. Like, now I go places. Because I haven't been places in like a few years at this point because of COVID and shit. So it's like I'll go back and I'll be like, oh, I'll just ask whoever to be on the show.
Yeah.
And then I get there and they're all like, we all hate each other now. They're like, in the 5 years since you last hung out with us when we all were best friends.
He fucked my wife.
Yeah.
And this guy killed my mother.
This guy tried to light my house on fire. That's not cool.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit out of character.
And I'm like, great. Well, you're all doing 7.
And
then
bring your friends.
Yeah.
So you got someone to talk to.
Bring your friends. And, well, do you know that the guy you booked? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Eric's yawning, and I'm bored with this bit already.
Oh, I'm tired.
I was about to say, Eric came over at 5 p.m. tired. You seem both tired and having just woken up.
That's true.
Whoa.
All true.
Why a late night?
Late night.
Why the late night? Hey, bud, why the late night?
No, I just slept for a very long time. I was off today, so I took a little snooze.
I'm gonna take a dream vacation.
I'm gonna sleep for 14 hours.
You have any fun dreams?
I had one yesterday that was fun.
What was that one?
I had a tiny.
Just tell me off pod.
Tell me later. I didn't mean now.
Yeah.
I had a tiny little pet otter, and he was in my bed, and he was. I don't want to gender the otter, I guess, but he was grabbing my head with his tiny little otter hands, and he was giving me a little kiss on the forehead. Sweet dream.
That's a sweet dream.
Usually I have nightmares.
Did someone say sweet dreams before you went to bed?
I think so. I got tucked in that night.
Someone said sweet dreams. You woke up, you're like, hey, thanks for that.
Thank you.
That's inspirational.
I got it. I got your message.
That's why my horses are always screaming all night. Because I go up to them and I go, before bed, I go, good night, mare. And they just hear good nightmare.
And
then they're like, God, I'm going to have a good night. I'm going to have a really good nightmare.
I'm going to be right, almost in the glue factory.
The good nightmare. Glue factory.
Is that still how they make glue?
Probably.
There's got to be a better way to do that.
Is there like a hipster place that's like a horse farm that does just straight up have glue?
I bet.
They're like all purpose.
Listen, farm.
That's their vibe.
Farm to table.
They're slightly angry. All purpose.
Listen, fucker.
We're Tommy's organic horse farm. Sometimes they fucking die.
All right, bitch.
Organic
What do you
glue.
want us to do? You know how hard it is to bury a horse?
Oh my god, that would be hard to do. I would just leave them out in the sun.
Well, isn't that... Listen, let's not steal Mitchell Potts' greatest bit.
That's true. Well, when you like...
Killing horses.
Killing horses. When you kill a horse.
His greatest bit.
You know, one time I was driving late at night, coming home from Paducah. Or no, I was going to a show in Paducah. Yeah. And it's like the middle of it's just like country roads and shit. And the car in front of me hit something.
Oh.
And it was really dark, and neither of us could really see what was going on.
Yeah.
And then I would like I like went around a little bit. I did that thing where I went around, I like dodged it, and went like an eighth of a mile, and then was like, "Whoa, all right, I gotta go back now and see what the fuck."
Probably
I like
sure that
see what the
not
fuck
dead.
just happened. So I go back, and then I'm like talking to the car. I'm like, "What happened?" They're like, "I don't know, like some like thing like popped out, like it was like a big deer, but then it like ran away, like off." And then the cops came because they like had hit something. So then the cops came, and then when the cops came, I was just trying to be like, "Yeah, they was just like whatever." And then the cops were like, I don't know. There's a bunch of horse farms around here.
I think if you hit a horse.
No, but he said that. And then we were like, really? And he's like, yeah, they get out sometimes. You know what I mean? It probably could have been a big dark horse, like big black horse. It's nighttime.
Your car would be like destroyed if you
I
hit
don't
a
know,
horse.
man.
A horse?
But that was wild because I had to go do comedy and be like, hey, everybody, sorry I'm late. I
almost as the car in front of me hit a
I almost
horse.
hit a horse. Which sounds like you're just a bad driver.
It sounds like you're the worst driver.
It sounds like I was passing an Amish guy while just texting.
Whoa!
Yeah. Fuck. No, man, but that was why hitting a horse. I would have been like, let me get the hooves.
Can I get the hair, the mane?
You ever ridden a horse?
Yeah.
You said that as just a dumb question.
No, I was just thinking. Allowed to think.
Disagree. It's 2020, man. Everyone needs to act.
Have you ever killed a horse?
Only that one that I hit with my. I mean, that song.
That someone else hit
No.
with their car.
I've never killed a horse. I've drained a horse, but enough about my love life. No, man. I've ridden a few horses.
Yeah.
I fucked it up because I rode a horse.
Did you ride it backwards?
I rode it backwards. I let it ride me.
Did you go side saddle
and
so
I
you
got
could keep
very
your
hurt.
hymen intact?
Yeah, I did. My dad and older brother pranked me. They said, "Hey, ride with your legs off to the side so you don't
lose your
you don't want to
virginity.
bleed."
You don't want to lose your virginity.
Yeah, and then when they're up there, they're like, "All right, partner, here's your saddle. Hop on." I put my legs to the side,
And
then the cowboy's like, "What?
Look at you,
And he's like, "Put
sissy.
the leg over, pal." And I go, "I'm not trying to break my hymen." And this is before like people knew about trans stuff.
Yeah.
So that guy, I'm sure now that guy would be like,
Oh well.
"Do you have a hymen?"
Listen, sir.
He would ask everybody.
How's your hymen?
He would ask, yeah.
How is it?
Now he'd ask everybody, so they all. But at that time, you know what I mean? The old days.
You can just sew it back shut.
Can you? I heard you can shove half of a black plum up there.
Half?
Well, you gotta de-pit it and then get half, because the juice isn't gonna pop through the skin of the plum.
What? Why would you do this? Why is someone telling you this?
That's what I heard.
That's from whom?
No one told me it. I heard it.
I overheard it.
Sometimes you're on the bus. It's not like all 12 of you are talking.
But you can hear what everyone's saying.
Yeah.
That's where I got my plum tip.
My plum tip. You don't want to hear the other time how I got my plum tip.
My other plum tip.
I was hooking up with a girl who used to ride a lot of horses. Let's call me Johnny. Wait, what the fuck?
Do you think that...
Who's the fairy that put the plum?
Oh, Peter Piper.
No. Tom Thumb's plum.
Tom Thumb's plum.
Jack's
And he lived
plum.
in a shoe.
Plum. What am I even gonna Google? Plum.
Plum thumb.
Plum.
Plum thumb.
Plum thumb. That's some sort of a radiator capping tool.
I don't think it's that one.
What is plum thumb?
That doesn't sound
Plum
like
thumbs is a radiator. It's a radiator capping tool.
That doesn't sound like a folk tale.
Oh, Jack Horner.
Jack Horner.
What?
Lived on a corner.
I love how it's like...
Jack Horner lived on a corner selling his pussy all day. He put a plum all the way up.
To
and
trick
his
so that he
was
would...
broken that day.
So that, yeah. so that the sailors could think they had their way. No, I love it because you Google plum thumb, and it's like
radiator capping thing.
No, it's like radiator capping
Jack
things.
Horner.
And it's people ask, what is a plum thumb? How do you use plum thumbs? What did little Jack Horner really pull from the pie?
It's mechanics and people who are like, what was that fucking thing?
No, it is you like, I gotta order a new plum thumb. What the fuck? Who's Jack Horner?
Who the fuck is Jack? This guy doesn't sell plum thumbs.
Plum thumb. I'm just trying to get a plum thumb and organic horse glue.
And who the fuck?
I'm trying to fuck up my algorithm.
Why am I now getting hints about putting a plum in my pussy?
I don't. If any young ladies are listening, or older women,
Don't put a plum in there.
Just a 50-year-old woman.
I bet a 50-year-old
I'm
woman.
a virgin. Man, that's half a plum. Do you listen to Funny Dinner? And then all of a
Baby.
sudden, she winks and a pit shoots out of her legs.
Yeah.
And then that's the freeze frame. When I search for organic glue fair trade, you ever hear about this? Fish glue.
No, I haven't heard of that. What fish?
Oh, you think it's a specific fish?
Koi.
Fish
Koi.
glue.
Is that just for sealing up vaginas?
I want to know, like, come on, you know what I'm looking for.
You know what I need, baby.
Is fish glue made of fish? Oh, you can extract from fish by heating the skin or bones in water.
So every time I boil a fish, I'm
Yeah.
making glue.
Yeah. That's
Is
why
that
you...
why I always get all gummed up when I eat my
Yep.
boiled fish?
Yep.
Bones and all.
If you boil a fish, if you eat some nice chanko nabe, some boiled fish. Yeah, that's how sumo wrestlers get so big.
Yeah, because they're full of glue.
They're full of glue.
They're fucking full of glue.
If they can't get fish, they throw in beef, chicken, and horse hooves.
Have you thought about getting into sumo since you like wrestling so much?
That is why I know the what chanko nabe is. Nah, man, because I've been trying to lose weight,
Yeah.
and for some reason in my mind,
COVID didn't help with that?
it did, but then I ate a
gained
bunch
it
of
all
ice
back.
cream.
I gained it all back.
It was my birthday. And Daddy hungry
Ew.
for cream.
Yeah. Ugh. Don't.
I ate a bunch of ice cream and then I boiled a bunch of fish.
And I'm fat as hell now.
I'm so fat.
Bigger than ever.
No, but I was, because my phone, it like hears me,
Yeah.
and then it like hears my brain too.
Yeah.
But the brain isn't as good as the voice.
Yeah.
So in the brain, it's like, oh, this guy, he loves wrestling, and he's thinking about weight. He's probably trying to gain weight so he can be a big fat sumo guy.
All checks out.
And then it's been giving me like advice. Here's how you eat to be a sumo wrestler.
How to live like a sumo wrestler.
Voxes. We made chanko nabe.
And we hated it.
It was not good.
It tasted like glue. And then we researched fish glue and realized that really we just made some very good glue. Bad food.
What is
chanko nabe?
Chanko
Is that
nabe?
a kind of fish or a way to cook fish?
It's not even always fish.
Okay.
And that's been our show. Nice.
Like a big bowl of food.
Chango nabe is a Japanese stew.
Okay.
No, it's like what it's just a bunch of shit in a big thing. It's fish based,
Yeah.
but then it's like what sumo wrestlers eat all day.
Yeah.
And it's like so it's got chunks of stuff, but then the broth is like, and you just leave it on a pot all day doing its thing.
And at the end of the day, you just chug it down.
You chug it down, or you just save it, use it the next day.
I don't think there's any leftovers in a sumo wrestler's
Nope.
house. There better not be.
Well, that's what.
If your trainer shows up at your house and he opens your fridge and he sees some Tupperware, he's gonna slap the shit out of your big fat tits.
They slap hard. That's kind of their whole thing.
They slap real hard.
It's funny, you watch sumo wrestling and you're like, it's just slapping. Like at its core, it's slapping.
It's pushing and slapping.
Some of the sassiest
like-
athletes.
It really is just a girl fight.
Yeah.
But very big.
No, it's the
A
most.
lot of pushing and slapping.
We like to get completely shaved.
And you grab them by their, like, pussy, kind of.
It's sexy. It's too shaved, curvy.
Shaved. BBWs.
Yeah, slapping,
Fucking slapping their
tickling,
big tits around.
sexy ass thongs,
Grabbing each other's ass.
belly full of Chanko
Belly full
Nabe.
of Chanko Nabe. Sloshing around in there.
Nah, man, because the young people,
The young generation.
the young sumo guys, they cook it,
Yeah.
and then the old sumo guys eat it, and they eat all the like pieces of
Yeah.
shit, and then the next people are like, oh, there's some gristle,
I get the broth.
and then the littlest, the like new guys are like, oh,
A pot.
hot pot. So I'll put the rice in, and maybe the essence will get. That's what we should start doing, man.
Making essence of Chanko Nabe. To pour
We
on
should do
rice.
like a long record, like a 12-hour one,
Sure.
where we prepare
Chanko Nabe.
and then slowly eat a big
Chanko.
pot of Chanko Nabe.
Throwing up.
Throwing up
Vomiting.
and throwing hands in a
Then,
slapping
yeah,
motion
'cause we get all
to try
high
to get
on-
each other out of the
We
ring.
get all high out of off Chanko Nabe. Just fucking go into a fucking
That would have been fun at our old
blind
place.
rage.
Because our neighbors thought we were crazy. Like
Yeah.
our neighbors who lived in the squat house thought we were
even
crazy.
They were like kind of like, what the hell is going on over there?
Yeah, because there's that one time I was just.
I killed a guy yesterday. And I'm wondering what the hell
I
is
killed a
going
guy,
on over there.
and I'm looking. He's got a ponytail, no shirt. He's reading a book in a rocking chair. That guy's wearing an American flag T-shirt, smoking weed and dancing. And I don't hear any music.
Not a tune. Not a note to be heard.
It would have been fun. We just take the backyard. We had enough space, and just put a big circle.
Start doing sumo over in that little corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even have to tell the landlord. We don't have to tell Sam that like we're doing it.
Yeah.
We just have it
He'll
there.
find out when the
He'll be
ambulance
like,
shows
"What
up.
is that?" We're like, "No, it's for a sumo."
It's for sumo.
Because people think you need to be fat. You don't need
We're
to be
eating
fat.
big bowls of sumo.
We're eating big bowls.
We're eating giant bowls of soup. Oh, it's for our sumo.
Sumo.
Chanko Nabe? Sam? We got a lot.
Some Draco.
Honestly, we got too much.
Earlier today, I was.
You know, it's the same thing as glue.
Yeah, you were asking what they do with the leftovers. You cook it, or you turn the heat up, and then you got some stuff to put up flyers for the sumo show. Put it on a phone pole.
Phone pole. What
this-
everyone calls them.
This recipe even calls it Chanko Nabe parentheses sumo stew.
Sumo stew.
Sumo stew.
That's the name of my sumo guy that I get my bootlegs from.
One of the worst
Sumo stew.
Simpsons characters.
Sumo stew.
Sumo stew is here to push you.
Homer gets into sumo.
Yeah.
He got a sumo wrestling team. Let's write an episode of this.
I'm sure that exists.
A sumo wrestling team or whatever comes to Springfield, and Homer.
I've been thinking about this idea. It's a restaurant where like everyone's table.
All sloppy joes.
That would be nice. Little screen. I guess not actually. He's so fucking messy. The messiest damn place. Oh man.
It's like Logan's.
Imagine
Meat all over the floor.
Imagine the dish pit.
Oh.
Fucking sloppy Joe shack.
Oh boy.
No, a restaurant where everyone's table's like a scoreboard type thing above it,
Yeah.
where it says what they've ordered,
Okay.
and then everyone knows what everyone has.
Okay.
Everyone you're in a restaurant, like, oh, I wonder what that guy got.
Look at that.
Look at that fucking thing.
Ooh. Is that a clam bake?
And then you look above the table.
Clam bake.
Clam bake.
Clam bake special.
Clam bake for 4.
Clam bake special for 4, and he's alone.
Yeah.
He's alone.
Oh, that would be very embarrassing.
Yeah, like you got like
I just have like I'm like, hey, can you not put the extra ranches?
party platter, and then it's just me.
Can you not put each ranch as an individual thing?
I know you have to like ring it in.
Because up on the board it says fries and ranch and ranch and ranch.
And
that's not.
You're gonna run out of space for my entree.
People are gonna think I have a bowl of ranch.
Which I would prefer that how you serve it, but
ranch.
Who doesn't like ranch?
So
Me, I hate ranch, but who doesn't like ranch? That fucking dirty Alaskan plumber with his fucking big ideas.
Is this the first Juneteenth that is like a national holiday? That's wild.
Are you celebrating? Or
No,
do you
I mean,
realize that that's not cool?
I'm not against it. There's really no good answer. There's like no appropriate answer as a white person other than to just be like, hey, if you want, I'll take your shift. African American friend of mine.
So you could go to the barbecue. All right, listen, man. You're going too far.
Instantly, you're off the rails. No, it's hard. You know what I mean? Because people go through struggles. I think, because I have a friend, we both do, they're trans, and they recently started using the men's restroom. Mm-hmm. And then, and that's funny, is like they went through this long struggle to be demoted in bathroom quality.
Go to the worst bathroom.
Finally, I get to go and have my feet covered in piss.
Yeah, I get to learn about wet shoelaces.
Yeah. No, they do all these stand-up bits now about the men's bathroom.
Yeah.
And like cis men and how they pee.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's, you know what I mean? I was never worried about trans people coming into the bathroom for like any dumb safety or sexual thing.
But don't make fun of me.
I do exactly.
Don't make fun of me.
I don't approve of them coming into it with fresh eyes
and judging
and making light of it.
I saw that bit. They were like, and then they grunt all the time. I'm like,
this is mean.
Like, why? What are you doing, man? We let you in.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Shut up. We let you in the club.
Come on.
Be
cool.
Quit blowing up our spot, man.
And they pee all over the seat. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up, man. Jesus.
Come on, man.
Listen, man, I've been cleaning women's bathrooms for a while. I don't talk about how gross you fuckers are.
Oh, yeah. Dude, people like, I guess women get in fights or something a lot, because sometimes there's like
all this blood.
They have boxes for blood.
They got boxes for nosebleeds or something.
Yeah, because they're all fighting.
They're all getting punched in the face, and I can see it in the trash that there's been a lot of fights today. That would be funny if you were like at work and you're coming out with the trash, and you're like, must have been a lot of fights today. There's all these, there's all this blood in the women's room bathroom.
If you like dispose of a corpse. What if you just like, it's all blood, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the blood everywhere.
Just cut like a little bit off of it and put it into the
put it in the grave.
Women's sanitary thing.
Yeah.
Because no one's looking through that.
No one looks through that.
No one's like, hey,
whoa,
what's this lottery ticket doing in here?
A bullet casing.
Yeah, exactly. I bet that's where they all are.
If
Jimmy Hoffa is in a big barrel marked used tampons.
If that dude had just dropped his cell phone, if that dude had just dropped his child pornography in a women's room, he never would have gotten caught.
Man, and then Eddie and the Fuck Monkeys would still be rocking out at whatever the worst bar in town.
Be rocking out at the Air Devils Inn once a year. I got my restaurant idea.
What's your restaurant idea?
All Sloppy Joes.
All Sloppy Joes. Hey, good luck on the cleanup, pal.
No, I did think that should be more bars should serve Sloppy Joes.
That would be nice.
Because it'd be so easy. You just set up a steam tray, some buns, you're good to go.
You mean like out?
What do you mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying in the back.
Yeah.
In my mind, what you were currently describing was like setting up a chafing dish.
Oh, no.
And a bunch of buns.
It's not buffet.
Just out on the bar.
Not buffet style, no.
And it's like the way they're doing, like, we're doing crawdad boil. $5, get your plate.
When the first place I stopped in New Orleans, I walked in and the bartender was like, and if you want, there's some liver and onions over there. And I was like, oh, how much? And he was like, I don't know, this lady just brings in food a lot.
Yeah. How was it?
It was good, but I like liver and onions a lot. So.
You like liver and onions a lot.
Okay, not a lot.
You sound like
okay, not a lot.
But you sound like an eccentric character from a 90s kids show. What is this, opposite world?
Liver and onions.
We'll be right back with Rocco's Modern Life.
No, I like liver. You like liver and onions?
I don't think I've ever had it. I love onions. I remember as a kid being like, a dish that's half onions? That sounds
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like liver?
No, I've only had it once, and I was like, this shit sucks.
Liver's good, man.
Nah.
Where'd you get liver?
I was a kid.
What's your liver hookup?
I had it in Paris, Las Vegas.
Okay.
Paris Hotel.
Okay.
In Las Vegas, Nevada.
So you're in Vegas, one of the greatest food cities in the world.
Well, not only that, but I'm in the Paris part of Vegas.
Yeah.
So you got to figure the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you could get snails.
You get snails
Did you
and
get
a
snails?
prostitute.
Did you get snails?
No, I was a child. Or not a child. I was like,
you ate liver.
I was 14.
You ate liver.
I was at a wedding.
That's an adventurous choice.
I was at a fancy wedding, and they were like,
This wedding does not sound fancy if they're serving organ meat. That is not the mark of a fancy wedding. Okay?
what's fancier than a liver pate? That's all they served.
Oh, was it a pate or what was
It was some liver pate. It was like a bouche plate.
What the fuck?
What's the fancy word for appetizer that involves a mousse?
What the fuck are you saying?
What? Hold the podcast.
Hors d'oeuvres?
No, but there's like a what?
Charcuterie?
What is a fancy word for appetizer? No, not
that.
Amuse.
Amuse?
Amuse bouche. Dumbass. It combines the words amuse, which where the fuck is that R coming from? And bouche.
Bouche.
What do you think bouche means in French?
I don't know, man. The mighty bouche.
How'd you say that answer?
How did I say it?
With your mouth.
Oh, okay. You're trying to give me a hint.
It means mouth.
It means mouth.
What do you this one's gonna be much harder.
Yeah.
What do you think amuse means?
Appetizer.
It means amuse.
Amuse mouth?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tickle your mouth with
Yeah.
this tiny food?
Yeah. I'm gonna amuse your mouth.
That's what I'm gonna start asking, like, girls. Be like, would you like to for me to amuse moosh?
That's like you
And
should
they'll be
get,
like, ooh, it's so romantic. It's French. And then
That's inappropriate. You should get one of these fancy restaurants you work at to be like, we're gonna call our appetizers actually the amusement.
the amusement.
The amusements. It's the amusements.
What are they
menu.
gonna call the entrees? That's gotta have a fancy name too.
They'll all be like the Ferris wheel, the Tower of Terror,
Sloppy Joe Spinner,
the Scrambler,
Sloppy Joe Scrambler,
the thing where you hit the hammer and the
Hammer Sloppy Joe. No, I'm telling you, we get all, you get different kind of meats for your Sloppy Joes, maybe.
The term is French and literally means mouth amuser. That's what this thing says.
What about a chorizo Sloppy Joe?
Oh, whoa, there's a different. Amuse bouches are different from an appetizer in that they are not offered from a menu, but are served free and according to the chef's selection alone. So that's just if the chef wants to amuse your mouth.
If he sees you and he's like, "Ooh,
Excuse me, ma'am.
may I amuse your mouth for a
The
moment?"
chef would like to amuse your mouth.
What an honor.
Yeah, I guess so. I was a 13-year-old boy,
And the chef wanted to amuse
and
your
the
mouth.
chef wanted to amuse my mouth
He's like, that mouth.
in Paris.
That mouth needs
one of the
amusement.
seediest places. In Las Vegas, one of the most romantic places.
That guy needs some mouth amusement.
Oh, I feel like we should amuse that guy's mouth with some liver pate.
It's not an amusement. It's-
I tell you what, I would have preferred the rock and roller coaster to that fucking amusement. And you say, well, that's not amusement of the mouth. My mouth will be amused by the wind from when we go open my mouth going, whoa!
Whoa!
What's your move on a roller coaster?
Wildly screaming.
Hell yeah.
And laughing while I do it.
I just try to have fun.
I mean, I'm having fun too.
I try to.
I try. I don't.
I fucking try.
I try my darndest.
I try so goddamn hard to enjoy it.
What about like a tuna sloppy Joe?
Yeah. What was the other one you said? A chorizo sloppy Joe? That would work.
That would be good.
All of these things would work. I don't know why you're like, this is ground. What if I put meat and sauce on a bun? I think I'm onto something. Also, what in your mind is a tuna sloppy Joe?
I don't know.
'Cause I feel like this is going to be a situation where you're going to be like, yeah, I guess you'd have like some mayonnaise and maybe some celery.
I would just be making a tuna
and not
sandwich.
make
It looks a
tuna-
lot like a tuna sandwich in my mind.
Exactly.
When I look at it in my mind, it looks a lot like a tuna
And even
sandwich.
this chorizo one, you do know you got like a barbecue sandwich, like a pulled pork.
No, that's not kind of not the same.
All right.
It's not barbecued, so it's not barbecue.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's pretty.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty fair thing to say.
Okay.
What about like a bison sloppy Joe?
Yeah, that probably exists somewhere.
What about like a venison?
That's
sloppy
probably what
Joe?
you get at like the Yellowstone Cafe.
What about
Can I get the ostrich fingers?
oh yeah, what about a kangaroo sloppy Joe?
I like how you went ostrich. Oh yeah. What about a kangaroo? What's next? Koala sloppy Joe?
I'd love it.
Hey, what if it was a Peter Jackson sloppy Joe?
What wouldn't work? Nothing.
I mean, I don't understand why wouldn't a thing work? Like, why?
That's what I'm saying. This restaurant has endless possibilities.
Hey, what if it's a mushroom sloppy Joe?
That sounds good. That sounds really good.
Yeah, put some cheese on it.
Sure.
Can I get the vegan sloppy Joe, but with cheese?
I guess.
You ever make that type of order?
I made that kind of order before.
That's how you know you're really cool.
Because you're just getting it because you know it tastes good.
That's like the bisexual lifestyle food ordering. Because what's the country? The Gambia.
Yeah.
That's where apparently they got a big problem with women from Europe and like Scandinavian stuff. Like rich white women going there for like sex tour to like have sex with like
young boys.
Not even young boys, but also just like teenage, but like old like.
That's young.
I guess 20s. I think just in general, but it's all the sex trade. But that's probably why. It's because the Gambia is like a tropical type
so their
area.
cum tastes great.
They probably have a lot of pineapple.
They have a whole bunch of pineapple.
Yeah.
What about a pineapple sloppy
I'm gonna
Joe?
start ordering like al pastor tacos, and then looking around and being like, ladies.
Ladies. What about a pineapple sloppy
And they're
Joe?
gonna be like, yeah, meat and all of those spices are gonna offset that pineapple. Yeah, that'd be a fun little pickup line as you go. You just talk to some stranger, then you just go, I don't know anyone here except for you. And they go, what? And you go, "Can I show you now? I'm Dan."
the fuck?
I guess this is why I'm not good with ladies.
That's such an odd pickup line. Not even really a pickup line.
Now I am just trying to describe the type of lady that you end up dating. A lady having a mental breakdown.
And I'm just like,
Oh, damn. I guess
I'm in love.
I guess I'll get a U-Haul.
What does a Sorghel bring on a second date? A fucking lawyer for the clear legal troubles that will be coming after she throws him out of a moving car.
Hey. That sounds fun.
After she throws him out of a moving car because why didn't you light my cigarette first?
You know, it'd be a good legal way to get out of that. Is you just go, Your Honor, what do you? But look at this footage, and then it's just that footage, but she's overlaid. Wow now, wow now, wow now.
No.
Jackass
Yeah.
theme. Sounds like
In
you're
this
the.
scenario.
I did a real bad job of this. And then there's footage of you moving into her apartment.
I'm in a sling. In a sling, moving.
You're buying a wedding ring.
I gotta wait to get my cast off before. Knocking on the door.
Who knows? A man is.
I bet they're coming to be like, you gotta trim your fucking trees. You're bringing the fucking.
Do you think my tree's too big?
You're bringing the fucking value down for the neighborhood.
Do you think my trees are too big?
It definitely needs to get trimmed.
You think so?
I think so.
The tree in the front yard?
Yeah.
Where are those scissors?
Has this been an argument?
No, I don't know nothing about. No, she hasn't said anything, and I don't know nothing about that.
It looks big. It's gonna
Man.
fall.
Whoa.
It's gonna tip over.
It's gonna fall.
It's gonna tip over.
Man. But if we take it down, we'll be part of the problem.
Usually when like tree branches are growing to the point where they're touching the ground, most people kind of realize that it's getting a little
They aren't
long.
touching the ground. Well, I mean, one is touching the ground, but that's... you stumped
I'm telling
me.
you, you're bringing the value down in the neighborhood.
I'm trying to save. Everyone's like, oh, the rents are going up too high. We all got to do our part.
Yeah.
Start breaking windows in your house, smearing shit on the gutters. We got to drive the property values down, so that the working class Americans
can go back
to living in apartments.
Yeah.
And small homes.
I think the housing bubble will burst soon.
Someone
I know is trying to buy a house, and I'm like, dude, wait 2 years.
The rent is too damn high.
I agree. So I'm gonna Google that and see if anyone else has ever said that.
I'm gonna grow mutton chops and keep saying it. Man,
no, the rent is too damn high.
That'd be wild if like
it's these fucking.
Because that's true now, and also there's that rapper who goes "Pyah!" Howard Dean style.
Jimmy Dean
style.
You got some sausage.
That's coming back too.
You got a breakfast bowl.
Do you think
you got a microwave?
They call me Jimmy Dean. Dude, that's like a rap lyric. You do something about waking up and having sex in the morning.
Yeah.
Like Jim, you know what I mean?
Jimmy Dean.
Call me Jimmy Dean because I give her the sausage in the morning. And they're like, all right.
Okay.
Okay, Trinidad James, you're done rapping. People will be like, oh, let's look back at Tyler, the Creator's like old raps and see where he said he was gay before he was like actually out of the closet or whatever. And if you're just doing that and you're just like, look, and there's that line where he says he wakes up and eats sausage every day. And the rapper's like, no, I love sausage.
Look, there's this line where he says he's going to rape the president. Okay, well, maybe we should stop investigating his lyrics.
I don't think that's a gay thing.
That doesn't seem gay. Then you had to be there.
And I was at the show. I'm at the show.
I was at the show.
We're MTV here live.
I'm at the
just
show.
Cuts to me. I'm at the show.
Here I am. I'm at the show.
I'm at the show. All right, we are going commercial. You ever been on MTV?
Oh yeah.
It's also wild because it's like all that like those DIY bands and shit I used to be real into like 2009, 2012 ish. It's like all that they used to all do shit like that. Yeah. And it's like a Facebook video or whatever the fuck.
But nothing ever got released, so it's like
no, but it's all that stuff would be out, and now I'll like go back to try to find it, and it's all gone. Yeah. Because no one paid to keep their fucking website, or they got canceled, so that guy's Facebook's now gone. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, so all that was for nothing.
Yeah. That's what the internet is.
That's what art is.
That's what the internet is, man. It's all for nothing.
The Egyptians had it right, man. Make a big fucking stone thing, and then you can draw your little pictures.
It's true.
Because everyone else's art fades away.
But
those...
you put it in a big old pyramid.
Those pictures?
That's forever.
That's forever, dude.
Except all the ones that have been destroyed over the history of time.
Yeah. But art's not forever. I think they call that the exception that proves the rule.
the rule that proves the exception?
I rule. There's some guy named The Exception. You're going to box him. Tonight, I'm going to rule the exception. I thought that lady really pushed you out of a car.
I mean, you're pretty Polish for that one.
What does that mean?
Dumb.
Oh, I don't know.
Pretty Polish for not picking up.
I guess that's true, because how would a lady push... Because it would be a moving car.
Yeah.
So who's driving car?
Bear's driving.
Bear's driving. But
no, I mean, you could just wreck the car. She's crazy.
That is true.
She's got a broken arm, too.
I bet a lot of people have gone to push them out of a moving car.
And then just immediately been like, oh, fuck!
And then in the shuffle, the car wheel turns, and then they run over the person they pushed out. And they're like, well, that wasn't part of my plan.
That's gotta have happened.
Fuck, I thought he would go further, and then the car would go straight.
The car would go straight, and I would have time to get in the driver's seat.
Yeah. They should have a thing on a car where you can lock the steering wheel like cruise control, but it's like wheel goes straight for 10 seconds.
I would love that.
I'm pushing a guy out of a car.
I'm pushing a man out of my car.
The new Chevy.
I remember a street joke when I was a kid.
I'm on upjoke.com/street jokes.
What's up joke?
I thought it was a weird website name. That's fucking great.
Just stop there.
How many quit comedy and just work for this website?
Just stop there. It's good enough.